Our story takes place not during a great war or an oncoming calamity, but a moment between. The great evils are sealed away, and the heroes of legend are not yet needed. But that isn't to say that peaceful times aren't without adventure. Every thread of the tapestry is important, no matter the placement. Hello everyone, I am Hermit, and welcome back to Threads. I was so excited to start last time that I didn't really introduce myself or talk about the channel, so I'm going to do that real quick before we head back into our adventure. So yeah, I'm Hermit. I run the Tabletop Solo YouTube channel. It is a channel that focuses on tabletop role-playing games from a solo play perspective. So one person acting as the player and the DM. So I have a couple videos talking about that. If you want to look at them, I would be very grateful. But yeah, the last episode, we met our dear friends in this journey. We met Hurik, the cleric. We met Bertram, the halfling rogue. And we met Loudmouth, ironically named that because he cannot talk. His tongue was cut out. Loudmouth, the human fighter. And they're all venturing towards the royal capital. So we're not sure why Hurik is. He hasn't really told us yet. Bertram was hired by Hurik to kind of guide him around the human lands. He's more familiar because Hurik is a dwarf and a cleric, so he's been cloistered up in the mountains for God knows how long. Loudmouth, though, they found him bloodied on the edge of death, side of the road, unable to talk, seemingly no memories. So they decided to take him along with them because they've heard that the human royal capital has lots of wonderful doctors, so maybe they could get him help. But yeah, in the last episode, they really needed to get money, as we all do. They need to get money to cross the river, to help knock quite a bit of time off their travel. They didn't have quite enough money for the riverboat, so they were doing odd jobs. Hurik was leveling up his Skyrim blacksmithing skill. And Bertram and Loudmouth were entertaining in the village square, playing music, doing acrobatics. They earned enough to keep them housed. I'm abstracting money quite a bit because it's easier for me to keep track of. But on their way back to the inn, they were approached by a young apothecary woman named Linnea. Her mother's been very sick, so she hasn't had a lot of time to gather her, resources, her herbs and whatnot. And she really desperately needed this mushroom that only grows in a cave outside of the town. So, reluctantly, on Bertram's part at least, they agreed to go into the woods to find the cave. They were given a map, and they have their heading. It went well so far, but they were attacked by wolves. Hurik almost died. But yeah, they came out of that victorious, and they leveled up. So they're all level 2. We'll talk about what that means as it comes up naturally. But I think we'll pick up right after the wolves were slain. The dwarf dusted himself off and picked himself up. His pride was wounded, but he'd live to fight another day. Damnable wolves. But at least I'm still here. Yep, you're still here, and you'll still be around to maybe hire me in the future, Halfling said, teasing the dwarf, hoping to defuse the situation. Hurik sighed and waved him away, and he turned his attention to the carcasses of the wolves they just slain. They needed money desperately, so he hoped that maybe he could secure some hides off of them and maybe sell them back in town. So Hurik has a +2 to survival. We'll have that be the role we need. The wolves are pretty emaciated, and I doubt they would get much, but good enough roll. Something's better than nothing, right? So he has a +2. Oh, okay. Starting it off strong, so nat 20. You can't crit on a a skill check. So he's not going to get like a super rare pelt, but the pelts he do get, I think they'll fetch. Let's see how many knights they'll fetch. I'll roll a d4, and as I said in the last video, I'm abstracting money, so this roll will be to determine how many knights they'll be housed in a relatively moderate comfort. So roll a d4. 1. Yeah. So, hey. With that 20, though, I'll say that they'll get a very nice room at the inn when they get back to town. But yeah, I think they're going to pack up and head deeper into the woods. Despite all the excitement from earlier, the morning in the forest was actually rather beautiful. As the fog burned away, it gave everything an ethereal and mysterious quality. As the party ventured deeper into the forest, they came into a clearing, in the middle of which was a large tree. It towered over everything else, and it had a very mystical feel to it. I'm gonna have Hurik make a history roll to see if he knows about this tree. It's pretty important, so I'm gonna make the DC pretty low. So if he makes a 10 or better, I won't have to have Bertram explain anything. So he has a +2 to history. Hold on a second. He has a +2 to history. So 13 + 2. Yeah, 15. So Hurik knows that this is an elf tree. About 200 years ago, for some reason that no one really even knows today, all of the elves and even half-elves turned into trees all at once. Depending on where this happened, it caused quite a bit of destruction. This event was later called the Day of the Leaves. Blaze has seen one of these in person. I read about it. I was only a baby when it happened. The group all stopped and paid their respects. It only seemed right to do. Without the elves here, the world felt a lot less magical. After paying their respects, they headed forward, deeper into the forest. As it reached about midday, the party finally found the entrance to the cave. It was tucked in a deep, dark corner of the forest, and it had a very menacing feel to it. Cold air poured out of the entrance like blood from an old festering wound. Before they could head in, though, Hurik stopped Loudmouth and asked for his blade. "Just a moment, Loudmouth. Let me examine it before we go in." After looking it over, he then took out a small bottle of oil and started tracing patterns onto the blade with his fingers. He gave the sword a blessing of the forge, and basically this makes a weapon a +1 magic weapon until either Hurik dies or long rest. So hopefully we won't need it, but it'll be nice to have while we're trying to find this dang mushroom. Without further ado, the party heads inside. Alright, so we are in the cave proper now. This is going to be our first dungeon. I'm going to kind of explain what's going on. We're not going to be using battle maps for actual dungeon exploration. We're going to keep it theater of the mind. I'm going to be using Ironsworn's delve mechanics. I'll show you what they are as we go along. If you watch my Ironsworn video, I kind of explain similar mechanics. So, hey, if you're interested in Ironsworn, or, might want to check it out, watch that video. But I think as we step in, we're going to have Hurik use his light cantrip on Loudmouth's sword. So Bertram and Loudmouth will be able to see a bit better. I think he mutters a few words, and he kind of whispers at the sword, and the runes from before that he drew on with his fingers start to glow and emit light. magic's pretty rare nowadays. So seeing this was kind of... It caused Bertram and Loudmouth to be taken aback a bit. Every time you do that, I still can't get over it. It's miraculous. Yeah, I guess. You can call it that. So they're going to journey deeper into the cave. So we're going to be using the delve mechanics. So it's kind of easy. I'm going to get the dice set up. Clear. We'll be using a d6 and 2 d10s. So Ironsworn has a mechanic where you basically you roll a d6 plus any stats or extras, and you roll it against 2 d10s. You want the number you get on the d6 to beat one or both of, preferably both the d10s. So we're going to do that with the delve. So we can either roll our wisdom, our dex. Either roll our wisdom or our dex. So I'm gonna just have Huric make a straight wisdom roll, and his wisdom is +2, so it'll be a d6 +2 against 2 d10s. So we'll see what we get. So yeah, that is a miss to start out with. So on a miss, we're gonna reveal a danger. Let's reveal that danger. So for revealing a danger, we need to roll on an oracle table, and that'll kind of determine what is going on. So I'm going to roll on the D100 table. So that is 55. Okay, so 55. We encounter a hostile denizen. So I think as we are kind of going deeper into the cave, we hear some kind of chittering and chirping, and as we look ahead, we see not one, not two, but 3 large rats right in the middle of the cave. They see us, and they're going to try to attack us. So let's roll up some initiative. All right, we'll be handling initiative like we did in the last episode, where we'll just have one group roll initiative and the other. I'm going to have Bertram be the initiative person since he has the highest. He has a +3 to initiative, so we will we'll roll for them first. So 20 + 3, that is 11. Not great. We'll roll for the mice. Or for the giant rats, they have a +2, so yeah, they go first. So I think that the rats are going to, they have 30 feet of movement, so we'll start off with a brown rat. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He is going to try to attack Loudmouth. Let's see. They have a +4 to hit, so yeah. Loudmouth has an 18, and that's only a 3 or 2 plus a 4, so that's not going to hit. Okay, then we'll bring the red rat up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to try to hit Huric. So we will do the same. Let's see if Huric gets one shot again, like he did last episode. So So that is a +4 to hit as well. Yeah, that hits. And he does, the red rat does 1d4 +2. So we will roll that up. So that is 3 damage in total. So that is, he's down to 14 health. So not as bad as last time. Okay, that's gonna be the brown rat's turn. So 5, 10, 20, 5, 30. I think he's gonna try to attack. Probably Hurek again. +4 to hit. 7 +4, it misses. So I think Hurek kind of like kicks him a little bit with his boot and kind of pushes him away. I don't think he quite gets a good grasp onto him. So now we're going to start off with Bertram. Bertram is the cowardly sort. He is going to use his cunning action. He gets cunning action at 2nd level, so he gets to do a couple things as a bonus action, one of which is hide. He is going to roll to hide. So he gets a... I'll memorize all their skills soon enough. He gets a +7 to hide, so he should hopefully be fine. That is an 11. I don't know what a rat's passive perception is. Let's see, giant rats. Passive perception for a giant rat is 10, so yeah, he just squeaks on under that. No pun intended. So I think now that he's kind of like, he's ducked down in that corner that he's in, he's going to try to fire off a short bow. So that'll be a +5. He's going to try to hit the red rat that's right in front of Hurek. So yeah, that is a 16. That hits. So that'll do a 1d6 +3. Yeah, so I don't even need to roll up the sneak attack damage, because that does 6 +3 is 9, and they only have 7 HP. So the red rat's down. We'll get rid of him. And then we will go to Loudmouth. Now remember, Loudmouth has that Blessing of the Forge on his sword, so it's a +1 magic sword. So we will attack the... the gray rat, yeah. So that is a +6. +6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, look at Hermit doing math. So yeah, that just meets the armor class. So yeah, so he will do 1d8 +6. Here. 4, 5, 6. That's 10. Yeah, that one shots it as well. So gray rat is bye-bye. Oh, did not mean to move him. Whoops. Gray rat is bye-bye. And then that leaves our dear cleric. I think our cleric is going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's going to try to flank him and get that that advantage from flanking. So yeah, if you have ally on both sides of an enemy like that we have, you can use that as flanking. Attack rolls will get advantage, and advantage means you get to roll 2 d20s, and you take the highest of each one. So we'll roll the 2 d20s. 2 d20s. Yeah, we'll take the 19. 19 hits. It'll be 1d8 plus 3. That's 5. So he's not quite gone. He just has 2 HP left. So Yurk hit him real good. Like, bopped him real good, but no dice. Okay, so the... I think that rat's going to try and flee. He's going to use his action to disengage. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so if you use a disengage action instead of your attack, you can leave the enemy's range without provoking an opportunity attack. So I think that rat just turned tail. So top of the round, we'll go to Bertram again. He seems like the type that would attack an enemy while he's running away, especially a little rat. So we'll roll the d20 plus 5. That's 16. Yeah, that hits. We'll do the 1d6 plus 3. Yeah, that's a 4. That hits, so that rat's gone too. So all of them are gonzo. Yeah. That went very well. That went a lot better than it could have. So I think for this, in Ironsworn, when you get a miss, when you're trying to do a delve, you don't get progress. You don't actually make any forward momentum. But in this particular instance, I'm going to say, since we fought so well, we're going to fill in some progress. So yeah, we venture deeper into the cave. The party ventured deeper into the cave. They were beginning to have a hard time determining how long they'd been in there. Even Hurik, who was seasoned living underground, was starting to lose his way a little bit. Nevertheless, they ventured forth. So we are going to roll up another d6 and 2d10. So it'll be d6 plus 2 versus 2d10. Hopefully it goes better. Yeah, we get a weak hit. So let me look that up. Okay, so on a weak hit, we will roll the Oracle again to see what we get. So that is a 9. Okay, so we mark progress and reveal a danger. So I think that puts us towards the end of the cavern. And I think I know exactly what that danger is going to be. Now let's shift our story slightly to a little bit deeper into the cave. We hear 2 rather anxious voices and one not so anxious voice conversing in the darkness. Do you think she came through? Do you think anyone's actually going to show up? How should I know? I mean, we have her mom here. Of course she should listen to us. Don't worry, you two. Linnea's a good girl. And like you said, we have collateral. I'm sure she sent someone rather nice for us. Oh, do you hear that? Hear that jingling? That's the sound of either very good equipment or very heavy pockets. Now let's just wait and see.